All right. Welcome to another man's point of view. I am, of course, the Space Luchador, and today had a little spare time, so I figured I'd do. If you do not want to do this, you don't want to F women. And that's it. So, anyways, context here, I guess. We got a woman here who apparently went on a rant, right? It's a short rant, so I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I've been telling you all along, right? Simple premise, harder to understand, though. So, anyways, jump in.
I talked about this idea of when men interact, y'all are like playing a game of golf. It's extremely independent of one another. What you say and what your friend says, they're not necessarily tied to one another, which is why y'all could talk the live long day about like sports or the weather or the stock market or AI. Y'all just and y'all could swap each other out and still talk about the same fucking thing, and y'all would have a great time and it'd be fine. And in golf, how you hit the ball is not dependent on how your friend standing next to you hits their ball. It's completely independent of one another. However, when you play tennis, you don't know what you're going to do until your opponent hits the ball, right? You don't know how you're going to hit the ball. You don't know where you're going to hit the ball. You don't know where you're going to be. You don't know how you're going to respond. It's extremely reactionary, and that's how women talk. Women very much feed off what the other says, right? So if you're that guy that's sitting there just talking about something in hopes that she's interested, or being like, so do you like sports? Oh, you don't like sports. So do you like music? Okay, what do you like? That's like, stop trying to find the thing that we're both gonna like, because that is not gonna make us like one another. Tennis is reactionary, and that's where chemistry comes from in your interactions. And that's when women feel something from you, is when you react and respond to us right here in this moment, without anybody else, without anything else but what I said as your starting point for what you're going to say next. So, for instance, I have a lot of clients that when they start the program, they are very golf minded, where they'll use what she says as, okay, now my turn to go. In fact, they're not using what she says. They're like, okay, she talked, now it's my turn to talk. That's golf. You talk, and then I talk, and then you talk, and I talk. Whereas tennis is like, what did you just say? Okay, now I'm going to react to what you just said. And I can't tell you how many clients don't understand how they're being dismissive. And that's being dismissive, is when you are not actually responding to the last thing I said, or to anything I said. I can't tell you how many clients will respond to something a girl says with, oh, okay, cool. So what else do you do for fun? Like, what? She just told you so much about herself, and your response was, okay, cool, and now you're asking another questions. So glad you just got into my videos, Frank. Welcome.
So, before we continue, as you can see in her botched attempt to explain this complicated scenario, I will say this: all sorts of things are happening at the exact same time. Which is why it's so hard for her to explain this whole tennis and blah 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 and going back and forth and dismissive and all the shit that she said, and that all you really have to do is respond to what you said, but at the same time, no, and blah blah blah, right? And all this crap. That's what I understood, at least in her attempt of explaining. However, because I am an expert, right? Self proclaimed, but expert nonetheless, I do know what's going on. It's a simple chess premise. I've been saying it all along. She makes a move, you make a move, right? However, it has to be a move within the rules of the chess game. that you're playing. That's the point. That's what she's trying to explain here, right? Which is why, like she says herself, and her clients don't get it, right? Guys don't get it. In the internet, they don't get it. Handful of people on the face of the planet, I dare say, a handful, actually understand this simple but complicated premise. Anyway, she goes on to finish up her rant.
But either way, again, I liken it to playing golf versus playing tennis, where golf is you go and then I go and you go and then I go. And men can interact like that all the live long day. Women can't. Nothing bothers a woman more than realizing the person she's talking to is just waiting for their turn to speak. And that's how a lot of you guys talk to women.
Now, that little tiny thing she said right there is a big ass deal in woman world, right? Waiting for your turn to speak makes you less of a man, believe it or not. In their world, that's the point. Now, in your world, right? And I don't mean my viewers, I mean guys in general that are out there trying to play the game of war and love or love and war, right? Relationship world. You end up in this situation and getting offended when it's like, well, it makes you less of a man. But yes, it does. In their world, understand the difference. In their world. Maybe not in your world, you think you're the shit. Yes. In their world, however, you are less of a man. Period. Hence, her reaction here in her rant, right?
Women, because that's how a lot of you guys talk to each other. And that's fine. That's fine for you guys. That's fine for you guys. And if you don't like to listen, then enjoy not getting women. How many times have you heard women complain that like, oh my God, he doesn't listen. I just want a man who listens. If you don't want to fucking listen, then you don't want to fuck women. There. That's it. In fact, that might be the new title of this live. If you don't want to fucking listen, you don't want to fuck women. And that's fine. You just got to be okay with that guy. So yeah, it's great seeing you guys on this.
And there you go. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Now, yes, she's a desperate woman in 2024. And like she said, if you don't want to listen, well, you don't want to F women. That's it. It's a wrap. And I've been saying it all along, right? Now, like I said, it's hard to understand because what she's saying, if you take it at face value and literally, if you don't want to listen, right? And you get confused because she's saying listen to women. I'm going to give you right now for free the true answer. Here it is. It's listen to what she says, not do what she says. So there you go. Freebie. I will not repeat it. You're welcome to rewind the video, right? But there you go. If you live by that model, damn near all your problems will go away. Just like that. So anyways, and by listen, I mean listen to the cues. Listen to your opportunity. Listen for what you want to find. That's what I am trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the hidden, I call it mathematical world of playing chess in the relationship. What happens to be your entire sorry-ass reality of existence. Yes, it is all connected. It is all intertwined, right? And sadly, whether you like it or you don't, you are playing the game. Some of you are pawns. Some of you are on the sidelines, right? Some of you are on the shelves. And some of you are playing and failing, but you're playing nonetheless at the very least, right? Now, having said that, do you want to win? That is a true question. Like she said herself, do you want to win? Do you want to listen? Right? Understand. once you get past this, right, just that simple premise of what I'm trying to explain to you, right, when you're talking to a woman and she says certain things, that's your cue, right? Depending on what she says, if you're clever enough, right, you counter move the move, which takes you to the next move. And if you're good and understand the name of the game, you will checkmate. That's the point. It ain't checkers, it's chess, and they do it all the damn time. Now, to finish up this video, and we'll end with this, right? The reason, like she said, started off by guys talking like this and guys can do this. Yes, because the factor is pretty simple, right? Here's the factor. When you're talking to your buddy, your bro, your homies, random people in the world and you interact, you ain't trying to F them. You see, that is the factor. And when you're talking to a woman that you happen to, yes, you want to F them, everything becomes a chess game. And that is the game. That's the game that I've been talking about and rambling off on all my damn videos. The game that you must play, whether you want it or you don't. You have to. So if you want to win, and that's the point, get good at the game, understand the game, right? Everybody's heard the don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Right? There's a reason for that. But at this point, nowadays, 2024, not only do they hate the players, they hate the damn game, and they hate the other player, right? The opponent, and they're refusing to play the game. Men are going their own sorry ass way. And now you got this girl desperately making damn videos and asking for help. So anyways, there you go. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next man's point of view.